Hello children. So for literacy today, I would like you to spend some time reading your favourite book with or to a grown-up, okay? So find somewhere really cosy, get snuggled up, you might want a cup of hot chocolate too, and just sit there and relax and share your favourite stories together. Okay, then after that we've also put on the home learning page lots of different activities for you to do. Now there's lots of different activities on there, but if you choose a couple of your favourite activities, so do one or two of those activities would be great, and then you can take some pictures and send them in to us. Now some of the activities that you have to choose from, so there are some challenge cards that you can print off and you can play this with one of your family members, and it just has little challenges on there that you can do and take part in, and then once you've done the challenge you get to win that card. Okay, so that's a challenge card game. There you can design a bookmark for yourself, so I'll put a sheet on where you can design your own bookmark, cut it out, maybe stick it on some cards so that it lasts a bit longer, and then you can use that to keep your places in books. If you're reading a long one and you can't finish it all in one go, then you can make a bookmark to remember where you what page you were last on. There's some colouring in to do too, so there's lots of colouring in sheets of some of those characters from our traditional tales. So some of the story characters that you might know really well, you can choose one of them and spend some quiet time having a nice colouring in session. There are also some scavenger hunt cards for you too, so have a look at the scavenger hunt page. If you sit down with some of your storybooks, it will give you different things to look for in your storybooks and tick off as you go to see if you can find the different things it asks you to find inside some of your books at home. And then there's also a World Book Day activity booklet that you can complete. Now, you don't have to do the whole booklet. I don't expect you to sit there and do the whole thing, but it will be quite nice if you have a look, and if there's some activities in there that you want to do, just print off the pages that you need. Okay, fantastic. So I know you'll be busy soon sharing your special books with your grown-ups or your brothers and sisters, but I've got a special book here. It's one of my favourites from an author called Julia Donaldson. Now I love Julia Donaldson because she has written lots and lots of my favourite children's books, and this one I thought was quite fitting because it was World Book Day. It's called Charlie Cook's Favourite Book. And can you see there's Charlie Cook on the front reading his favourite book with lots of different characters. Let's find out what happens there. There's his bookshelf, all his favourite books on. I wonder if you spot any books that you might know. Once upon a time there was a boy called Charlie Cook who curled up in a cosy chair and read his favourite book. Look at Charlie Cook's been busy doing his home learning, and now he's ready to curl up and read his favourite book. While Mum's doing the washing up. He read a book about a leaky pirate ship which very nearly sank, and a pirate chief who got the blame and had to walk the plank. The chief swam to an island and went digging with his hook. At last he found a treasure chest, and in it was a book. I wonder what that book's going to be about. It was about a girl called Goldilocks and 3 indignant bears who cried, "Who's had our porridge? Who's been sitting on our chairs?" They went into the bedroom and Baby Bear said, "Look, she's in my bed, and what is more, she's got my favourite book." There's Goldilocks reading Baby Bear's favourite storybook. She was reading a book about Sir Percy Pillington, a bold and fearless knight who told the dragon, "Wait! I'm not quite ready for a fight. You must hear this one first." And then his armour clanked and shook. Ho, ho, he, as he read aloud a joke he'd found inside his favourite book. So they're not fighting anymore, they're sharing a lovely story about Rowena Red-a-Lot, a very well-read frog who jumped upon a lily pad and jumped upon a log, then jumped into the library, which stood beside the brook, and went, "Read it, read it, read it," as she jumped upon a book. Can you see her jumping upon that book? Those children look a bit shocked, don't they, to see that frog jumping on those books? So that book that she was jumping on was about an oak tree full of birds. Each bird had built a nest, and they had a competition to decide which one was the best. They chose an owl to judge it, and the winner was a rook, whose nest was lined with pages from his very favourite book. About a girl who saw a flying saucer in the sky. Some small green men were in it, and they waved as they flew by. She tugged her mother's sleeve and said, "Look, Mum, what I've just seen." But Mum said, "Hush, I'm trying to read my favourite magazine." There's Mum reading her magazine. I wonder what magazine she's reading. Oh, it's about a wicked jewel thief who stole the king's best crown. But then got stuck behind some sheep, which slowed his car right down. The king dialed 999, and soon the cops had caught the crook and flung him into prison, where he read his favourite book. About a greedy crocodile who got fed up with fish and went on land to try to find some other kind of dish. He went into a bookshop, and he there grew even greedier while reading, on page 90, of a large encyclopedia. So encyclopedias are books with lots and lots and lots of different information in. About the biggest birthday cake the world had ever seen. A team of royal cake makers had made it for the Queen. Look how massive that cake is. That's humongous. The cake was so delicious that a famous spaceman took a slice of it to Jupiter. He also took, that's it, you've guessed it, he took a book. A book about a ghost who glided round a castle every night, carrying her head and giving everyone a fright. She kept it up till morning, then she found a shady nook and put her head back on again to read her favourite book. Can you see what her favourite book is? Do you recognise it? Her favourite book was about a cosy armchair and a boy called Charlie Cook. So we're right back at the start with Charlie Cook. And look, all those characters have come to join him while he's reading, haven't they? Do you think those characters are really there with him, children? Or do you think he's imagining them from all those wonderful stories he's read? Now, that's one of the reasons why reading is so amazing, because when we read a book, it can take us to new lands and new places. We can learn about different things that we haven't been able to do in real life or see in real life. We can read them in a book. So books are so special because they allow us to meet lots of different people, lots of different characters, get to know different characters in stories. So books are wonderful things, as well as growing our minds and making us really clever. They also take us to special places and teach us lots of new things. So I hope you enjoy reading your favourite stories today, children. So that was the end. Goodbye. Enjoy those activities.